Welcome back to Satisfactory. Okay, we're kind of out here. We've got a little bit of a plan for today. We want to try to get ourselves making some frames. We've obviously proven that we need a good supply of frames. So let's go ahead and do that. But first, more importantly, we need to start making cluster bombs. So we're going to do that with that. We're just going to use the smokeless powder we have on us. I think that we can grab a summer sloop or two and a shard or three. Just try to maximize our output here on this temporary project. I guess technically probably don't even need to fully connect this, but we're gonna. My temporary setup here is getting a little bit intense. $12 per minute. There we go. I like what's going on here. Actually, hold on. Why do we have copper in our inventory? Definitely don't need that. We don't need iron either, but we're already full, unfortunately. 11 of these is probably enough. We'll wait for one more output, though. Lucky number 13 on the cluster bombs. So I can only think, I mean, one more tower over here. I keep saying I'm done with the monolith, but one more tower over here would make a lot of sense. Though if I could put in like one here, one here is definitely not going to happen because there's literal planet in the way. We could theoretically put one on this side. But I think for now, we'll just put it over here. We'll go out this way in the same way we went out that way. I'll have to count the steps. I wonder, if I... We'll just get started with some regular, but eventually we're gonna want the cluster bombs. You know, when I wasn't really trying, I was able to find the button quite easily. now that we can get rid of the gas piles that make all this disgusting gas, we definitely are going to get rid of them. Okay, maybe we shouldn't have blown that much stuff up at this time. I'll be right back. That was interesting. It crashed. I guess I tried to blow everything up and... Hold on. If I load that autosave, how long ago was that? This seems... I mean, it has to be the right one, right? Let's just load that again so you get the full experience that I got. Hoping that we don't crash it again. Okay. Maybe I won't set off so many simultaneously going forward. Though, kind of made my day. I know there's at least one... That was a pretty good shot. I mean, I'm never going to be all the way down here at the bottom. It's just, it's annoying when you try to build something and then there's these little areas where there's gas coming out. Oh wait, what am I doing? I'm doing a... Oh. The cluster bombs don't blow up in order. They all detonate at the time. Is that a new thing? Or bombs that detonate all at the same time? Maybe that's just the feature of the cluster bomb. One, two, three, four. Then there's two. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then there's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, right. Then 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. Then we need 8 since that's already. So now we need 7. Switch back to the old Mobilisk. Have to be a little bit more accurate with this one. And then on this, what did we end up doing? 1, 2, 3. Oh, well. And 6. So that's probably the 5. So if this is the 6, that means we're looking at... No! There we go. So that's going to be 2 in every direction, right? 2 here and 2 here and 2 here. And then 5 out. I thought I was putting the power over here, which I kind of want to stick with. Okay. I do have an outstanding hard drive. Let's see, maybe we'll get lucky. Actually, that Continuum computer is quite tempting. Oh wait, I already have the crystal computer though. I think I like the crystal computer better. Let's stick with that. Let's do a rescan. See if we can get something good. And well, you're not gonna get something good every time. We already have a concrete factory, but if something goes crazy, it wouldn't hurt to have an alternate. Man, we've got so much temporary stuff built up over here. Now, it is my belief that I can't put lifts on the bottom level. We're just gonna test that before we commit to it. Well, see, right when you say something like that out loud, it works. So you look dumb. Well, that's okay. And then we'll go, ooh. If I want to go 1 and 1, so I want to have a small, kind of a small corner on this. We're switching over now to building the blueprint. So we've already selected our site. And then we're gonna clear the area, or let's just say clear site, because that's the same thing. Build foundation. Now we need to make the blueprint. And then it would be build factory. I don't think we're going to get through all of this, but that's kind of where we are plan-wise. And then I would say we've already done all of these in the past, and we've done these during this episode. So we're already kind of clearing the site. We've already built the foundation. We're at the make the blueprint phase. Maybe it makes more sense to go like 2 on this side and then 1 in the center over here. Everything feels so crowded now, though, if I'm going to use this one little... This one little shaft is very crowded. I wonder now, should I build a facade? What am I even doing? The interesting part is if I go this way, it's definitely going to be different. That's the primary advantage. It will be different. And we need a color as well. What color should we go with? What do we have? Cyan, and then we did red and blue make purple. I don't like yellow. Fix-It orange is on the table. Really shouldn't do another blue. Maybe we'll just leave it Fix-It orange. I don't know if I like this placement. Can I... could put in like 2 down, even though it's technically only going to use 1 down. I like that idea. I think that'll work. I keep clicking on the wrong thing. I want to go here. Gotta get this right on the edge. And then use that one to sort of vertically align this one. You know, you can always tell when it's gonna crash. That's the worst part. For that split second knowing it's gonna crash and there's nothing you can do about it. Ugh. It hurts the most. I'm pretty sure some amount of that work is saved as part of the game. Okay, back to it. Ooh, if I try to put this corner on, it's definitely going to overlap that. But the problem is, if I allow for that thought process, then it's going to overlap over here as well. Ugh. I'm going to have to find a place for this. Let's see if we can get that vertically aligned. I should have left that pillar out, but I think that'll tell me enough to get it done. Everybody's favorite curious animal has been very interested in my work lately. Background's blank. This, take this, put a space, and glossy. Save it, copy it, paste it. I should probably slip the corner into the design as well, if it will allow me to. Sometimes it's a little persnickety about letting me build those. Now I kind of want to put another pillar right in here. That's right on the edge, but I kind of think it's looking pretty good. Uh-oh. Oh, that side's different because it has that corner on it. Do I want that corner? If I build that corner over here, not going to have any use. It's just going to be a corner. Unless I choose to use it, which I don't really know that I want to. Though, I guess technically, if I did it that way, I could go one up and one down on each side. Okay, I'm talking myself into it. Maybe this is about right? Oh, wait. How did I do it so easily the first time? That's about right. And these are cut in kind of slightly. Got it. Now, why is it that it sits right on the edge on this side, but not on this side? Or is that right on the edge? My angle's a little off. Yeah, it is right on the edge. My angle's a little off. I like where this is headed. Okay, I'm liking the looks of this. I should probably go as high up as I can to sort of compensate for this giant 4-meter foundation break that we put in. But let me copy this, save this, okay that. Then we're going to save this as a corner notch mono base. Save that again, and then paste this again, and then save that again. So we're working on the frames, but we kind of save this in this state. So, let's make sure we're not going to have any overlaps. You know, so unsure about that. I might nudge that off of its standard foundation base, just to make sure we don't have any issues. And we got to leave ourselves sufficient room to actually build this thing, right? So one of these is going to be input, one of them is going to be output. Everything is coming from the top and going down. So I probably need to go... All right, so let's just put the assemblers in, and we'll figure it out after the fact. We actually want a pretty decent amount of assemblers in here. Oh, that's outside the range. We're doing 6, quick 6, and easy 8. None of these lined up. The heck? That's fine, because I wanted to change it anyway. We'll do the 6 on this side. And then we'll go 8 up here. It makes more sense to put the close ones right next to each other. Like so. This is going to be really tight if I do this. It looks like we could use one more. So we'll use this just to make it a little easier to deal with. Now, knowing this, I'm going to label this because I've had issues before. If I look at the frame... 3 reinforced plate for 12 rods. If we were going to build an absolutely massive version of this, we might have to worry, but our current belt, not our fastest belt, runs at 480. So 480 at 12, 40 machines. That's 4 per level. So we're talking 10 levels before we have to worry about it not having enough supply. I think that's fine. I don't know how many levels this one's had. I'm kind of looking to go all the way, though. That's only 80 per minute. Yeah, I think we're fine. Let's keep going. So we're going to label one of these as the output. I'm glad you can rotate these signs. It's also, well, I guess if I'm glad about that, then I have to accept everything that goes with it. So it's a little annoying, though, I have to tell you. So we'll make those two the inside. So everything starts at the top. The previous one comes in. We have to make a visit out here. So I would say a splitter makes the most sense. Then we go back this way. Right, so it comes in, we split it, it goes out. This output connects to this input. It goes in, we split it, it goes out. I like how this is working. That's straightforward so far. Now we gotta get this input
I don't know. Have a good day.
out of here. I don't know if it's going to let me go up like this. Ooh, it is. So I might take advantage of that. Let's see if it'll still let me do it. Just enough room. Assuming, of course, I'm still connected to the splitter. I think that guarantees it a little better. And then here, we'll just use these for ease of connection. Yeah, I figured as much. I knew it couldn't be all easy. Okay. Well, I guess we could just take the dramatic way out and go this way first. And then connect over here. And do the old double back to get that connected. Okay, I think that's about right. Of course, now we got to get all our outputs connected before we get too excited. So this one, everything comes in from the bottom and then goes up to the top. We got to get these outputs connected on a single line. And I do think that might be the right mentality. Trying to get a merger point here, and we'll just sort of move it around the corner. We'll go out. technically, it would be easier if I just merged here as well. You know, I don't trust this. I want to merge on a side. So I know I'm connecting to the things that I'm connecting to. And then this output will connect to here. Connect power. We'll let this one be the full internal power connector. That might be it. Except now we've got this chunk that's sticking out. I knew that was going to happen, though. This is going to cost us a lot of quartz crystal. Crystal oscillators, really. I don't know, frames seem like a fix-it orange kind of building. Modular frames, to be precise. You know what? We've been going so long on this. Let me throw a save in. Almost done. I think that's pretty straightforward. And we come to build this thing. Actually, I'm gonna, well, I don't need that for every level. And we're just gonna double check, make sure we're all set to modular frame. Okay. And then we theoretically got the inside and the outside done. I think we're done. Right in an hour. And then we'll build it tomorrow. And I think we'll manually build the roof. Right, because we're probably going to build 10 of these. Why is it 6,000 wire? Jeez. Why is it so much wire? Oh, no, because we've got the other thing in the mix. Oh, man, I was about to say, yeah, the batteries are the wire. Shoo. Okay. So 960 quartz crystal, or crystal oscillators. Yeah. That's a lot. And we're really not cranking them out. We're only making 7.5 per minute. We gotta go and at least get our quartz crystal. 960. That's a lot. Oh, I didn't have the right equipment on. I'm gonna try to get out of here before we get hit by those hatchers. Okay. I think we can land safely with the hopper pack. Actually, we've got plenty of the other stuff. 7 per minute times 60. 420. Oh. So 7.5 times 60. 450. We're 2 hours away from having enough quartz or crystal oscillators. Oh man, and it takes, what, 18 strikes to make 2 of them? Well, we might have to think of something else to do in the next episode, or it's gonna have to be a part 1, part 2 type situation. Where we build half of it using whatever crystal oscillators we have, and then find something else to do when we build the other half. I think that's basically where we're at. Of course, you can always build one by destroying your or clearing your blueprint. Actually, wait a minute. Is there a decent amount of oscillators in here? 10. So no. The answer is no. There's not a decent amount. There's some. I say we call it there. We'll just go with what we've got. I mean, it isn't, I'm not at a, it is what it is, but at some point, you know, And I don't like to run it for hours on end in between videos because I think that's kind of a inauthentic experience for both of us. Not to say I haven't done that on my own or while I was playing previous playthroughs, but this time we're going for the purest, most always on experience we can find. So we're going to have to let this go. I mean, we could just build a crystal oscillator factory. Well, that would actually be work though. We really don't have the inputs for all that set up quite yet. I wonder, and I know we're over an hour, I wonder if I should is there another phase or milestone that would help us here in a big way? I mean, the hazmat suit 3 inventory slots were always nice. Should probably do that just for the inventory slots. The drone ports are extremely tempting, but man, we would have to get so much done between here and there. Primarily, we got to get the radio control units done, so we'd have to get this done. We're at the point where we need to actually start playing the game as the game wants us to play it. We've been putting it off for a very long time. But at some point, we're going to have to start making factories that make things that the game wants us to make. Whether or not that point is now is another question, though. Yeah, we can't unlock anything on tier 8 until we get tier 7 done. Supercomputer, well, this is the absolute bare minimum next thing that we have to unlock. Now, I should probably unlock this first. I know I've got a full quick wire factory, so we're just gonna dump this while we have our attention on it. Still don't have filters. We really need to figure out the filters, but I think we're in a good spot to say thanks for hanging out. I do appreciate it. We'll build what we can build next time, and then take it from there. That's all you can do. I might have already gotten a screenshot for this, but we've got to do it one more time. We'll see you next time.